Ancestral karma delves into the idea that unconscious patterns and unresolved issues can be inherited from one's ancestors. Jung believed that the experiences and traumas of previous generations could leave an imprint on the collective unconscious, influencing the psyche of subsequent generations. In shadow work, individuals explore their ancestral lineage to identify and address patterns that may have been passed down through generations. By recognizing and healing ancestral karma, individuals can break free from intergenerational cycles and create a positive impact on their own lives and the lives of future generations.
Hello, and welcome back to another episode here on the Bridge Reacts, and I'm your host here on the channel, Marcus. Thanks so much for stopping by to see another episode here on the Bridge. We're talking about good things, we're talking about great things, we're also talking about positive things as well. Here on the Bridge, where we believe in long-lasting relationships, self-development, growth, so we can have stronger relationships, stronger communities, stronger families, and we can help raise those children, the next generation, so they can be great assets to society and, of course, community. If you like what we talk about here on the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button, and notification bell as well. Welcome to the channel. Really appreciate you. Today's video, we are talking about shadow work. We are finally talking about shadow work. I've been hinting to it for the last 3-4 videos. Let's go ahead and get straight to it with Balanced Perception. It's the content creator, How to Master Your Shadow Work, according to Carl Jung, or Jung? I think I said that right. And of course, as always, I'll leave my final thoughts for the very end of the video. Let's get straight to it.
In the realm of psychology, Carl Jung's concept of the shadow is a powerful and transformative idea that delves into the depths of the human psyche. Shadow work is a process of self-exploration and introspection aimed at understanding and integrating the hidden aspects of our personality. In this video, we will embark on a journey through the intricacies of shadow work according to Carl Jung, exploring the various stages and techniques involved in mastering this profound and transformative practice. Understanding the shadow. To embark on the transformative journey of shadow work, let's first delve into the foundational concept of the shadow as elucidated by Carl Jung. The shadow, in Jungian psychology, is the repository of unconscious and repressed aspects of the individual's personality. It encompasses thoughts, emotions, desires, and traits that have been relegated to the depths of the psyche due to societal conditioning, moral judgments, or personal disapproval. The shadow is not inherently negative. Rather, it represents the untapped potential and unexpressed facets of the self. By acknowledging the existence of the shadow, individuals can initiate a process of self-discovery and personal growth. However, this recognition requires a departure from conventional notions of good and evil, as the shadow is neither inherently virtuous nor malevolent. Instead,
I'm not gonna lie to you, I thought that the shadow technically was inherently negative. Not necessarily evil, but negative. It's where negative thoughts lie. Looks like I'm learning something today too. It's my first time watching this video, but it has a lot of great reviews, a lot of likes, so let's go ahead and continue.
Instead, it embodies the complexity and multifaceted nature of human consciousness. One key aspect of understanding the shadow is recognizing its roots in the unconscious mind. Jung argued that the unconscious influences our thoughts, emotions, and behaviors in ways that are not immediately apparent. The shadow, being a product of the unconscious, exerts a profound impact on our lives, shaping our reactions, relationships, and life choices. By bringing the shadow into conscious awareness, individuals gain the ability to explore and navigate the hidden recesses of their psyches. The shadow often manifests in projections, where individuals unconsciously attribute their own disowned qualities to others. For example, a person who suppresses feelings of anger may project this emotion onto someone else, perceiving them as overly aggressive. Understanding the shadow involves recognizing these projections as mirrors that reflect aspects of the self that require exploration and integration.
And for sure, I'm just gonna pause here for a second. Shadow work, when it comes to all of us as a collective, we can all benefit from it. It doesn't matter who you are, it doesn't matter how healed you have become, or your whereabouts in your healing journey. We all can benefit from exploring more within ourselves. When it comes to why do we think the way that we think? Why do we hold these thoughts within ourselves? Why do we have some sort of level of anger when it comes to insecurity? You can definitely uncover and explore why that is. Where did that come from? Why do you feel anger? Why do you have that emotion so quickly? Within myself, I tend to get frustrated pretty quickly, or I used to. I don't get as frustrated as easily as I used to. Work in progress. But when I was growing up, adolescent, being a young adult, being an adult now, like easily just kind of getting frustrated with the smallest things, like it's the seatbelt not, moving or anything. I'm trying to put the seatbelt on around me, getting a little upset about that. It's like, why am I getting upset about stuff like that? It's not that big of a deal. Like, why am I angry? And then just doing a little bit of shadow work uncovers of why that is. And I think it's very beneficial, not just, for self-discovery and for your own self-development and growth, but of course, if you're going to have someone else in your life, relationship, or a family, you need to uncover that. Otherwise, you're just bringing that, those insecurities, the negative feelings, the anger, that stress onto other people that you claim to love.
By turning inward and examining these projections, individuals can unravel the layers of the shadow and unearth valuable insights into their own psyche. Moreover, the shadow is not a stagnant entity but a dynamic and evolving aspect of the self. As individuals grow and undergo various life experiences, new elements may be added to the shadow. These can include unacknowledged talents, unexpressed passions, or aspects of the self that were suppressed due to societal expectations. In the process of understanding the shadow, individuals often confront uncomfortable truths about themselves. This can be a challenging but essential aspect of the journey. Jung emphasized the importance of embracing the shadow with compassion rather than judgment. Self-compassion allows individuals to navigate the depths of their psyche without succumbing to shame.
Kind of like just like a child, instead of being really upset at the child for something that they've done. Maybe ask questions. Why did you do what you did? Why did you say what you said? Why do you think the way you think? And versus just scolding them and being really upset.
The understanding that the shadow is not a repository of flaws but a reservoir of potential fosters a more constructive and empowering approach to the process of self-discovery. Types of karma and shadow work.
Like that.
In the context of shadow work, Carl Jung's exploration of karma takes on a psychological dimension rather than adhering to the traditional Eastern philosophical concept of cosmic cause and effect. Jung's understanding of karma in the context of the psyche refers to the consequences of unconscious actions and repressed emotions that influence an individual's life experiences. By delving into the various types of karma involved in shadow work, individuals can gain insights into recurring patterns, break free from destructive cycles, and facilitate profound personal growth. Personal karma encompasses the individual's own actions, choices, and behaviors that have consequences on their psychological well-being. In the realm of shadow work, personal karma involves examining one's past actions and their impact on the present. This includes exploring instances of self-sabotage, destructive habits, or harmful patterns of behavior that may be rooted in unconscious elements of the shadow.
Like your vices. Why do you gravitate towards your vices? Why do you always do the thing that you said you're not going to do anymore? It's straight back to it, and you succumb to those urges. Shadow work, right?
By recognizing and addressing personal karma, individuals can take conscious steps towards breaking free from self-imposed limitations and fostering positive change. Interpersonal karma extends the concept of personal karma to relationships and social interactions. It involves examining the patterns that emerge in relationships, whether they be romantic, familial, or platonic. Unresolved aspects of the shadow can manifest in repeated conflicts, challenges, or difficulties in forming healthy connections with others. Shadow work encourages individuals to explore
why a lot of us have reoccurring relationship issues, or we feel as though we are attracting a very similar type of person or energy. We find ourselves running into the same problems with a different person. Maybe we haven't healed or uncovered what is causing that, the underlying shadow in a sense, and we haven't explored that and healed that, or treated it in a sense, with compassion and love and not scalding it,
how their unconscious beliefs and behaviors contribute to interpersonal dynamics, fostering a deeper understanding of the self and promoting more fulfilling relationships. Ancestral karma delves into the idea that unconscious patterns and unresolved issues can be inherited from one's ancestors. Jung believed that the experiences and traumas of previous generations could leave an imprint on the collective unconscious, influencing the psyche of subsequent generations. In shadow work, individuals explore their ancestral lineage to identify and address patterns that may have been passed down through generations. By recognizing and healing ancestral karma, individuals can break free from intergenerational cycles and create a positive impact on their own lives and the lives of future generations. Cultural and societal karma involves the collective influences and expectations that shape individual behavior and beliefs.
We are our ancestors, but we are not our ancestors' trauma, nor do we have to be. And that's real. I think that could be its own video. Ancestral trauma. It's the first time I heard that specific term before. I know like generational trauma, but ancestral trauma. That's new. Okay. I like that.
Society often imposes norms and values that individuals internalize, leading to the suppression of certain aspects of the shadow. Shadow work in this context requires a critical examination of cultural conditioning and societal expectations. By questioning and challenging societal norms, individuals can liberate themselves from the constraints of cultural karma and embrace a more authentic and self-determined path. Archetypal karma explores the influence of universal symbols and archetypes on the individual's psyche. Archetypes, according to Jung, are universal patterns that reside in the collective unconscious and shape human experiences. In shadow work, individuals may encounter archetypal figures in dreams, fantasies, or visions that offer insights into the deeper layers of the psyche. Exploring archetypal karma involves understanding how these universal patterns impact personal development, providing a richer tapestry for the integration of the shadow. Inviting the shadow into your life. The process of inviting the shadow into one's life is a pivotal and courageous step in the transformative journey of shadow work. It requires a conscious and deliberate willingness to explore the depths of the unconscious, acknowledging and embracing aspects of the self that have long been relegated to the shadows. This invitation is not a passive acceptance of the status quo but an active and intentional engagement with the hidden facets of one's psyche. Understanding the significance of inviting the shadow is crucial for embarking on a journey of self-discovery, personal growth, and ultimately, integration. The journey of shadow work begins with cultivating awareness, an intentional and mindful exploration of the various layers of one's consciousness. Cultivating awareness involves developing a keen sense of observation, turning attention inward to explore the thoughts, emotions, and behaviors that often operate below the surface of conscious awareness. This practice requires a commitment to self-reflection and a genuine curiosity about the intricacies of the psyche. Incorporating moments of daily reflection into one's routine fosters ongoing awareness. Taking time to review the events of the day, noting emotional responses.
But do not overanalyze it, like me. Don't do that. Don't sit there and overthink, because I'm an overthinker, overanalyzer. That's what I call myself. Overanalyst, in a sense. Being very careful and making sure that that is a very fruitful way of processing versus you just overanalyzing something and potentially making something out of nothing, or, creating more problems versus actually addressing the problem and creating a solution out of it. And I don't want to make this video too long. We're already at like 14 minutes. We're only almost halfway through the video. There is so much more to this video. Of course, putting the link in the description as always. I want you guys to, of course, check out the original content creators. Whenever I do these reactions to these videos, I'm only recording majority or half, most, whatever of the video and reacting to it, but I encourage the viewer to, of course, watch the whole thing and support the original creator. It's not my content, I'm just transforming it. Reaction, right? But we'll get straight to my final thoughts and we'll end the video. So my final thoughts, right? Shadow work, when it comes to facing a shadow, when it comes to actually addressing the not necessarily inherently negative or evil thing that I've learned today of thyself, yourself, but actually understanding where all these emotions, where these feelings, where these beliefs, the vices, whatever comes from, and to address it so it doesn't carry over to the next relationship, doesn't carry over to your personal development and growth as a person, because those things aren't serving you. They don't serve you any purpose if you're trying to be a better individual, a better soul, a better, son, daughter, father, mother, partner, relationships. That's what it's all about. How are you supposed to be able to heal and be a better you if you're unable to address whatever that shadow has unaddressed? And again, being able to accept that shadow and being able to face it and take it with you, and not in a negative way, but as, I guess, as a reminder in a sense of what you've been through, how you used to think. So whenever you are triggered, because to a degree, we're all triggered to it, from something bothers something bothers everyone to a degree, right? And it's like you need to understand where that comes from and why that bothers you. Why does that make you feel the way you feel? Why are you having that reaction to that something or whatever it is, whether if it's something that's political, religious, if it's something that's just minor, like a seatbelt you're trying to, click, something like that or whatever, or just like how people may breathe and you get annoyed by, or just the way that somebody might think a certain way, like just stuff like that. Instead of reacting, maybe just understand why. So that way, whenever you come across something that may annoy you, upset you, that would typically give you some kind of reaction or cause you to give a reaction, maybe you'll be able to pivot and move a different way. And that is a lot way of, a much healthier way to living your life, especially if you're interacting with other people that you claim to love. How are you supposed to do that if you are upset at your children, upset at your partner, and the person you're supposed to love? From just the little things. We all need to uncover that shadow and embrace it, not necessarily try to throw it away or, demonize it, but just to understand. We're here to understand ourselves, understand the world around us, even though it's almost impossible to understand everything that goes up, behind closed doors. And we're starting to understand more and more as we enter this fourth dimension or fifth dimension, whatever it is. Might get a little too philosophical for you, but tell me your thoughts about shadow work, how you feel about it. Have you started shadow work when it comes to like uncovering certain things within yourself? What have you learned? How beneficial has it been? What kind of exercises have you tried? I didn't really, talk about the exercises of shadow work per se. Maybe that could be a part 2 of the video, but I know for sure there are certain exercises you can find online. I'm on editing Marcus. Go ahead and throw that in. We'll put in the description. You can try your own exercises of how to uncover that shadow work and how to actually work through it. I think that would be really beneficial, and then maybe make a video on it too. But I really appreciate you guys once again to watch another episode of The Bridge. Really self-conscious of my face right now, starting my new my new job opportunity while I'm doing these videos. But hey, it has to get done. Who cares, right? Haven't seen my chin in many moons, probably like almost 14 years. Anyways, you guys have a nice one. Really appreciate you, and take care. Be safe out there. And let's go ahead and get better, do better together. That's what we're here for, right? The people who love us the most need it. Let's do it.